Biology Chapter 5 Morphology of Flowering Plant of Class 11. Androecium. Androecium is the male reproductive wall of the flower. It is composed of one or more stamens. Each stamen consists of stalk or filament and the anther. Each anther is usually bilobed and each lobe has two chambers, pollen sac in which pollen grains are produced. A sterile stamen that is does not produce pollen grain is called stamenoid. If the stamen are attached to the petals, they are called epipetalous. For example, brinjal. If they are attached to the perianth or tepals, they are called epiphyllous or epitepalous. For example, lily. When stamens remain free from one another and also from other flower whorls, they are called polyandrous and united to a varying degree. If the stamens are united, it is called synandrous. For example, polyandrous flower lotus and synandrous flower China rose. Based on the union cohesence, the stamen or androecium may be of following type. Monodiaphous. All stamens are united into one bunch or bundle. For example, China rose. Dialdaphous. Stamens are united into two bundles. For example, pea beans. Polyaldaphous. The stamens are fused into more than two bundles. For example, citrus. They may be a variation in the length of filament within a flower. For example, salvia, mustard. Gynoecium. Gynoecium is the female reproductive part of the flower and consists of one or more carpel. Each carpel consists of three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma, usually at the tip of the style, and is the receptive surface for the pollen grain. Style, an elongated tube that connects the ovary to stigma. Ovary, it is the enlarged basal part on which the style lies. Each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to a flat cushion-like placenta. When the gynoecium consists of more than one carpel, the carpel may be free apocarpous as in rose and lotus or fused syncarpous as in tomato and mustard. After fertilization, ovules develop into seed and ovary mature into the fruits. Placentation. The pattern of arrangement of ovules or placenta within the ovary is called placentation. Placentation are of different types: marginal, axile, parental, free central, and basal. Marginal. Placenta form a ridge along the ventral suture of the ovary and the ovules are borne on their ridge forming two rows. For example, P. Axile. Placenta is axile and ovules are attached to it in a multilocular ovary. For example, China rose, tomato, lemon. Parietal. The ovules develop on the inner wall of the ovary, which is once chambered, or become two chambered due to formation of false septum. For example, argemone and mustard. Free central. The ovules are borne on central axis and septa are absent. For example, dianthus and primrose. Basal. The placenta develops at the base of ovary and single ovule is attached to it. For example, sunflower and marigold. After fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds and ovary mature into a fruit. The fruit and the seeds. The fruit. A fruit is a mature or ripened ovary developed after fertilization. It is characteristic feature of the flowering plant. If a fruit is formed without fertilization of ovary, it is called parthenocarpic fruit or seedless fruit. For example, banana. In some cases, some floral part other than ovary may become fleshy and contribute into fruit formation. Such fruits are called pseudocarpus or false fruit. The fruits which develop only from ovary are called eucarps or true fruits. In mango and coconut, the fruit is called drupe. Such fruits develop from monocarpellary superior ovary and are single seeded. A fruit consists of a pericarp may be dry or fleshy. When pericarp is fleshy, it is differentiated into the outer epicarp, the middle mesocarp, and the inner endocarp. In mango, the mesocarp is fleshy and edible. In coconut, the mesocarp is fibrous and the seed with oily endosperm is edible. Marginal. Placenta form a ridge along the ventral suture of the ovary and the ovules are borne on their ridge forming two rows. For example, P. Thank you.